So here is the shroud I painted. This is the original one. So just press the tabs into the painted one. Here are the different parts then for the AC control, and the two buttons that I painted last weekend. And yeah, let's see if we can get it all together. The reason for that tape is there's some glass thing that transfer light here, so I don't want to drop that, and I want to be able to. So let's be a little bit careful here. I think I'm gonna reattach that actually, and that's why I have that thing there, so I don't get glue on the glass piece there. So this is the temp side, and you see there are two tubes or whatever you call them here, so we can get it in here. There we go. The same tubes here. Make sure you don't lose them. So okay, these buttons are much shinier than the other buttons, but yeah, it's fine by me. This, at least they're not looking like or worn and white, and you can read the labels here and see it, so this is okay by me. It's not like a show car, as I said. So let's see if we can attach the rest of the stuff and make it complete thing again. So there we go with that. The last one, where did it go? Yeah, it's underneath here. So now I'm gonna tighten them all. Don't overdo it. to crack something. There we go. And now there are some grooves on the side here where the rear circuit board goes. No, it's actually down there. Because we have the light up here. Now there are some plastic tabs here. It's gonna click in. You can hear it. Now we know it's in place. And then there are some fabric in each corner here that we need to lift in order to get the back side connected to the front side. So, feels good. Okay, they are, well, I think that's good enough for me. Just install it in the car then. I was thinking I'm gonna try to mount the sensor on the firewall today. So it's going to go down somewhere down there. But in order to get to where to mount it and stuff, I think I'm gonna remove the seat. And then I was thinking of starting to prepare the sheet where the gauge gonna sit. And the plan is to have it here. And thus the stereo need to go. And in order for the stereo to go, I need to pull the speaker wires that I have to the rear speakers and then going underneath here. So I might need to pull the center console. Maybe not the full center console, but parts of it. So, but I think I'm gonna start with the chair. First of all, here are some plastic protections, and okay, I need a screwdriver. There's a small retainer clip there that I need to lift, and then I can probably pull this forward. Seems to be the same thing on both sides. There's a Torx head there, and I presume, yeah, it's the same there, so let's go see what that is. What I usually do is the same when I fasten bolts and screws, I just tighten them a little bit and then loosen them. Bolts all over. So this seems to be 12 here also. The blue cable that's coming through here is from the rev signal to the rev light that's up front, so I'm gonna tuck it in better, probably gonna lead it together with the other electricity cables down here underneath here. So I'm gonna try to do that while I'm here also. So that's the 4 bolts, and usually there's some sort of electrical connector. Yeah, actually, oh, a pen. Stuff you find in cars. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's up there. I think it's easier to take it from behind, but there's a connector up here. That was easy enough, and then oh shoot, no, it's just a clip. There you go, easy peasy. Just lift it out. I've been checking different mounting options on the firewall, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run the hose just next to the fuel rail here. Since this hose is metal braided, I'm gonna go ahead and cover parts of it with fabric tape so it doesn't rub against the metallic here, and then I'm gonna zip tie it to the fuel rail, and then I'm gonna need to drill 2 holes in the firewall. So this is for the wire, the connecting wire to the sensor here, So I'm gonna need to cut this open, place the wire in here, and also take out the hole in the firewall for this one. Quite a big hole, but it's because you're gonna need to put the contact through the hole, so, and that contact is pretty big. And then with this hose they provided a P-clip, but I bought this hose clamp, so you can see it's rubber, and it's quite much rubber here. So, and also on the end here see there's a nut attached to it. So what I did, I took a bolt and cut it to length, and then I'm gonna use Loctite on this bolt here and on this one here, and so it's gonna be metal to metal against the firewall here, but since there's plenty of rubber here, the sensor itself is gonna live a fairly comfortable life, I think. So on to the tape first. This I'm gonna put tape on. What I'm using is a fabric tape here, so it's this can be sacrificial layer, so to speak, i.e. it doesn't matter if this wears out, because it's going to protect the other materials that's here. So, and then a couple of zip ties. There we go. So just cut them to length and put the cover back and then to the front. I don't know how well it shows, but I've been fiddling around with the sensor on the back side here, and I measured from this edge here up to here. So this is a good place to drill for the holder of the actual sensor, and then it runs free of all the hoses and everything inside the engine bay. And what I've drawn out here is a strengthening bracket. So here we cannot drill or do anything because it's a weld, spot weld here. So I'm thinking the sensor cable might come out here or down below here. So we'll see a little bit, because when I've drilled the hole I get a better feel for how far I need to go in different directions and what kind of space I have to work with. Drilled a small guide hole here, and by filling on the back side I can feel that it's spot on. So this is really good. So now to drill the proper hole. Now the sensor is fitted on the back side, and it sticks out approximately to here. And I was considering making a hole here, but I don't know if I can get to this section from the engine bay. So I'm probably gonna do a loop with the wire on the back side and come out here like that. I'm gonna feel around a little bit more, but this is a decent place to put it, because I'm gonna take the wire and run it through the center console. And yeah, I think that will be it. After drilling a test hole here and putting my hand all the way in there, there's lots of space around here, so I'm actually gonna run the wire through here. But now I need to make this hole quite a bit larger, so I'm gonna see if I can find a different drill bit. Those really big that steps up in size. Here you can see how the sensor is mounted. So here comes the hose from the expansion, and this is the bit that comes with the hose, and you mounted the sensor on the bit here. And this is the hose clamp that I showed you before. And yeah, I'm just gonna attach it by screwing a bolt through here. But first of all, I'm gonna get this hole really big so I can thread this. Yeah, you see, needs to be that big, so I can thread this through here and then have this to tighten the seal there. And maybe I'm gonna do something to make it even tighter. There was actually a second rubber thingy with. I might use that one also. So I finally got the bushing, or whatever we call it, in here, and now the hole is big enough for the connection to the sensor. I just need to pull the wiring from the center console to the hole here, and that means I probably need to remove the central armrest and stuff. So that's the next step.